Do you have something you really want to do, like a desire or a goal, and you just don't feel motivated to do it? Hi, I'm Sandra Inman, and if you want to stand confidently in your power, shine your light, and thrive in the world doing it, then hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. Today I wanted to talk about the type of motivation, or lack of, where it is actually something you want. It's something you've probably dreamed about for a long time, but you just have never got the motivation to actually get up and start doing it. Now, if you're a person who's ever struggled with self-motivation over doing something you actually wanted to do, let me know in the comments field below, because I'd love to know what your experiences are. So what causes the lack of motivation for something you actually want? It's a bit different to the lack of motivation to something you don't want. That's a different animal, and it's got totally different techniques to overcome it. In this video, I wanted to talk about the real essence of what's causing the problem with motivation, because there are many mind gymnastics games that you can play with yourself to temporarily motivate yourself to do something. But every time you've got to use that mental gymnastics, you're using energy that you don't need to use. You're using energy that you could be better using for your actual desire or your goal. And it takes a lot of work to use the mental gymnastics to falsely motivate yourself or to trick yourself into doing something. What I really want to uncover in this video is the three main things that you really need to look at the core of what it is that you're doing, so that you can get rid of that lack of motivation once and for all. First thing, stop bullying yourself. We've been brought up to bully ourselves over things like this. We criticize ourselves and we judge ourselves. You should get up off your backside. You're being lazy. Those sorts of things we tell ourselves are probably things that we heard as children growing up, particularly in school, from our parents and from our caregivers. And that's something that we've picked up in our culture, and it's something that's very hard to get rid of. But if you find yourself doing that, the solution is to just stop. Catch yourself doing it, stop now. Honor how you feel. I don't feel motivated to do this. I'm just going to acknowledge that, and I'm going to honor it. Because bullying yourself is only going to set off your inner rebel, and your inner rebel and your inner bully are just going to argue with each other and expend a lot of energy that you could be using to do what it is that you need to do to achieve your desire or your goal. Number two, by far the biggest reason why you don't have motivation is self-doubt. You're either doubting your ability to be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. You're doubting your ability to be as good as anybody else out there. All of these thoughts might be running through your head. I'm not good enough. Everyone else out there is doing the same thing. Who's going to look at me? Or everyone else is out there doing it and they're much better at it than I am. Or what's the point of doing it? It's not going to work out anyway. Nothing ever works out. So why even bother? Those are by far the most common thoughts, and they take notice of whether they are the thoughts that are running through your head that are causing you to not take action, because the solution to self-doubt is, of course, self-confidence. This is not a quick fix. This is something that you can maybe talk yourself out of it temporarily, but every time you go towards your goal, you're going to have to try and talk yourself into being motivated. Look to the root of your self-doubt and do the work around building self-confidence. And that might take time, and it will take working with modalities like EFT or hypnotherapy or other various self-development techniques that can really help you build that confidence in yourself, so that you don't have to battle with your mindset every time you go towards achieving a goal. Step number three. There may be something in the goal that doesn't feel safe. For example, if you have a goal and you know that working toward that goal is going to take up a lot of time, you may not be willing to sacrifice that time. It might not be safe to sacrifice that time. You might end up in arguments with people because they might want to spend time with you and you can't, because your goal is going to take up that time. There may be other things that you're going to maybe have to put on the shelf while you're achieving that goal, or you may just have to rearrange your time or look at maybe taking more time towards achieving a goal if you want to include as many things in your life as possible. This is a a really big stumbling block and one that people don't talk about too much. And the way to find out if you've got anything going on underneath the surface that actually makes your goal almost not worth achieving to your subconscious mind is to look at your goal, what it is that you want to achieve. Close your eyes and imagine you have it. You've achieved it, you have whatever it is that you want, you're doing whatever it is that you want. Whether you're wanting to write a book, you've written the book, and there you are, in front of your friends and your family. And you're telling them what you've just achieved and how you've achieved it. What happens in that visualization? I mean, seriously, try this visualization, because the reaction of your friends and your family is going to be what you're telling yourself. If you've got friends and family that are looking at you skeptically or jealously or wondering, well, how on earth did you do that? Or who do you think you are to do that? Then they're the blocks. They're the things you're telling yourself every time you think of that goal. And that's one of the things that's blocking you, that's actually causing, that's demotivating you from actually going out after that goal. It's a very deep thing, and again, there's no quick fix. You just need to find what those beliefs are, and that exercise is a really great way to do it. Again, working on removing those blocks and those limiting beliefs through EFT or hypnotherapy or other personal development techniques is the way to go with helping you there. So they're the three things and the three ways that you can deal with those blocks that are stopping you from being motivated. I don't believe in quick fixes because they're not there. And although you can use the mental gymnastics and other various mindset techniques to get you maybe motivated for a day or two or maybe three, you've got to keep using these things every day in order for you to keep going. And that uses up a lot of energy, and it doesn't actually change anything subconsciously underneath the surface. That is actually really what's running the show. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you would like to have a chat with me one-on-one, do some EFT, then you can contact me via my website, which is in the description field below. I'm Sandra from freedomsuccesscoaching.com, and I'll see you on the next video.